Hello, this is Gerald Varela with Back Corner Comics, and today we have a really interesting title to talk about today, and that is going to be Kayla E's Precious Rubbish. So I can't really tell you really the emotions that I felt reading this. I mean, it's so poignant and so real, I think Kayla E has made a fantastic comic here, and also one that is very personal and very autobiographical. And the way that she channels the trauma that she's been through in her childhood into a comic that looks so simplistic and cute is, on one hand, unnerving, and then on the other hand, very genius, because this can really, I feel as if it could be read by, anybody. So she does these kind of autobiographical comics through the art style of post-war cartooning. So you got to think about Nancy and, a little bit of Peanuts. And she opens this collection opens with a very unsettling retelling of the three pigs, and you kind of get like a pseudo overview of where she was at the time as a kid, because she wrote this as a kid and implemented it within this collection. So Precious Rubbish. And so this is a quote that is an Ojibwe saying. I guess that's the right way you say it. But then there's an asterisk here that informs you that this was a quote in Tony Soprano's hospital room in season 6, episode 3 of The Sopranos. So there's a lot of tongue-in-cheek kind of humor. Here's a word search. But yeah, this is Precious Rubbish by Kayla E. And, she talks about being on her period for the first time and how that was a humiliating experience because of her mother. So she basically had a rough childhood with her mother and father separating. And there's some sexual abuse that goes on in here. But it doesn't necessarily feel like that would be what's in this comic just by looking at it, You get a lot of these sort of pages. So she's playing with the comics form in a very professional way. And this is her first work. So it's really kind of inspiring that she comes out of the gate with such a strong collection. And there's also ads for things, lock and key, and she implements a little bit of the story within these in a very clever way. And I mean, just look at this drawing here. Very inventive stuff. You can tell she read some Klaus at some point. This really feels like a big thick issue of 8-Ball in a lot of ways. See, look at that. That's just so trippy. So you get a variety of these kind of mini comics that are just glimpses of her childhood. And here is a dress reminiscent of a character from Little Abner. So again, she's playing within that realm of old newspaper strips. Here's an okra recipe. That's another thing within this collection. She throws in some vegan recipes for people who want to try some vegan food. So it gives it an all-rounder sort of feel of who Kayla E is as a person. What she eats, how she talks, her experiences. She dealt with a bit of alcoholism due to drinking at an early age, and you know, she deals with it so honestly and so earnestly here. It's really beautiful. I've never read an autobio comic like this before. The colors are fantastic. Fantagraphics really did an amazing job by packaging this together. The paper stock is nice, thick, and glossy. Beautiful hardcover. Here's the front. Raised accents, which is always a plus. And then here's the back. Very powerful stuff here, guys. I really can't recommend this title enough. Kayla E's Precious Rubbish. Check it out. I'm Gerald Varela with Back Corner Comics.